Well, the 14-month or so bluff is over as Terence Crawford drops a title at 147 weeks after he becomes a champion in another weight class. But has it really ended? Because Eddie Hearn says that Terence Crawford is not going to be fighting anymore at 154 either. But yet he holds the championship. Let's talk about that in this video.
Crawford, Canelo, any idea what happens?
It doesn't look like it at the moment, but I don't think Crawford will fight again outside of Canelo Alvarez. I don't think he has the desire. He definitely won't fight Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion.
Yeah, he told me previously that he wants to Canelo.
I don't think he'll fight Fundora. He made a lot of money last time out. He made a lot of money against Spence, and I think he's thinking, if I don't make a lot of money, I'm done.
But as you see, Eddie Hearn believes that Terence Crawford is not going to fight again. The WBA has now confirmed that Terence Crawford has dropped the belt for the 147 pounds and is keeping the title at 154 pounds. So, if you read those two things together, what does it tell you? It tells you that for a while, Terence Crawford held the WBO, held the title at 147th, I do believe since June of last year. I think it was June 29th was the day that one of my favorite fighters got thumped up very badly by Terence Crawford. But it was the last time that Terence Crawford had entered into the ring as a welterweight. Not too long after that, though, the IBF stripped Terence Crawford and allowed Jaron Ennis to become the IBF champion. And people said were very adamant that, and some of these people were Terence Crawford's camp themselves, and Terence Crawford himself said that this was unfair, that the IBF would strip him so fast from his championship that he won against Errol Spence. None of the other sanctioning bodies had followed suit. Let's now look back at that situation and see whether or not the IBF was correct in doing this, and whether it was the WBO, the WBA, and the WBC that dragged their feet on something that they knew was inevitable. I think we'll find that the IBF, their decision, aged very well, while the WBC, the WBO, and the WBA allowed almost a year to pass when they all knew that Terence Crawford was not going to be coming back to that division. How did they know this? Terence Crawford said it on multiple occasions. But what did it do? It held up. What did the non-action do? It held up the division at 147 pounds. And it looks, though, however, like that division is still held up, but that's a subject for another video. As this, though, does apply to what's going on at 154 as well. Because Eddie Hearn says that he doesn't believe that Terence Crawford is going to fight again against anybody not Canelo Alvarez. And Robert Garcia has said that Terence Crawford told him personally that he wasn't going to be doing that. So why then is there a WBO purse bid for Sebastian Fundora to fight Terence Crawford that has been ordered by the WBO? That's why I began this video with the bluff is over. But the bluff is just over at 147, and all of that amount of time that the year that there has only been just one, and this was very recent, 147-pound championship fight. At 154 pounds, you see that Terence Crawford is connected to half the belts. Half the belts that, according to Eddie Hearn and Robert Garcia and the actions and words of Eddie Hearn, who's with Matchroom, and Turki Al-Sheikh, who's working with Terence Crawford, is that Terence Crawford only wants Canelo. Well, if everybody knows this, then why is Sebastian Fundora being forced to choose between a guy that doesn't want to fight him and Errol Spence Jr.? Why? Just to waste time and make somebody happy? Who exactly is this that we're making happy by doing this? Anyway, it's just a bluff. Now, I hope Terence Crawford gets a Canelo Alvarez fight. Personal note, I hope he gets the Canelo Alvarez fight. That would be great. But if he's going to get the Canelo Alvarez fight, let him get the Canelo Alvarez fight and let those other belts go that everybody that's speaking on it knows isn't going to happen. That 154-pound undisputed, he's not looking for that anymore. So let's let Errol fight Sebastian Fundora. Let's let Tim Tszyu fight. What's my guy's name? Bakram Murtazaliev, the IBF champion. And let what is going to happen with Jaron happen. Now, in other news, but closely related, we have Jaron Ennis, who is now confirmed not to be fighting Brian Norman. And what does Eddie Hearn want to do? Eddie Hearn wants to move Jaron Ennis up to 154 pounds. So you have Eddie Hearn saying that Terence Crawford is probably not going to be fighting at 154 anymore. Only way he's going to fight anybody if it's Canelo. Other than that, he's made a bunch of money. He's gone. So let's move Jaron Ennis up. And then Jaron Ennis can fight who? Boyachuk, the guy that many people thought just beat Virgil Ortiz, and Israel Madrimov, who just lost to the WBA title to Terence Crawford. So maybe part of the bluff is, and the delay in this is, time to get everything situated for the WBA so that Jaron Ennis may be able to actually get a fight for the vacant WBA against the former WBA champion in what's the guy that Terence Crawford just won it off of, Israel Madrimov. Very well could be. But anyway, we'll see how all this stuff plays out. They say November, Boots is going to play supposed to fight in November. So we'll see what happened with that. Also, there was some rumors out there that Eddie Hearn addressed very quickly about fighters having 90% of their purses stolen on a Riyadh season card. But obviously the promoter involved was not Eddie Hearn. And the fighter had actually gone to Turki Al-Sheikh to see if he could get it remedied. We'll see what happens, if it hits the rumor pool. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.